From the peaks of the Appalachian Mountains to the ravines of the great Appalachian Valley, there are churches filled with love. But these churches have many difficulties. One challenge is attendance. Help the church by inviting somebody to your local church. Another problem the churches face is vandalism. Vandalism is the hateful act of harming the church. One more problem is blasphemy, the wrong representations of God. We see this in music and TV shows. These false portrayals can lead people away from God. But even though the churches face many challenges, they help the community in a multitude of ways.
How is attendance effective of a church? Man, in many ways. With more people, there are a lot more logistics to work through. When it comes to seating, safety, programming, we've always operated as if more people were going to be here than what were here. So in the early years, when I was on staff here, we were running mid 400s, which we're over double that size now. But we've always ran things. We have grown things because we've had things in place as if there were 1,000 people coming here every single week. So, but I mean, attendance. There are lots of moving parts. There was more discipleship needs. There's more discipling. There's more counseling needs. But also with more people, there's also more giving, which allows us to do more things in the community as far as like giving back, giving money to local churches, local schools. We have like 20, 25 things we give regularly every month to like national organizations like Convoy of Hope, Wounded Warrior Project, things like that. We fund the local food pantry a great deal. We actually built and donated a building that they operate out of in Mason County several years ago. We give thousands of dollars every year to local schools, Wahama, Meigs, Eastern, Southern. We also, Pastor Jason's super passionate about local churches and giving into them. So just recently we've given pretty large sums of money to churches in the area that were either struggling or trying to start a project that just didn't have the funds for, a building project or something like that, that we've sowed into their ministry, mostly because people have sown into this ministry. So we've received donations from places that are across the country, that people that Jason knew or whatever. And so we know that the local church is the heartbeat of the Christian faith. And so it's important that if we're able to, we can and will give into other local ministries. Church culture, man, is different everywhere you go. And honestly, like, there's not like big church, little church, or city church and country church. You are dealing with the culture of your area, and everywhere is seriously so different. So around here, there's not a lot of like generational wealth. There's not a lot of like, holy rollers rolling through here. These are just very normal, paycheck to paycheck, blue collar people in this area. I think every church has their own struggles and difficulties that they work through based on where they're from. A church in New York City isn't going to have the struggles that we have, and we're not going to have the struggles that they have. It's all pretty unique to every single place. I think we're finally seeing the pendulum swing in the opposite direction where it has been, and I think people are really seeking out like just real, genuine, objective truth. What gives me hope is that I think people are starting to see the value that the church doesn't change, and that because truth doesn't change, and so we don't want truth to change, and so people are seeing the value in that, and they're becoming hungry for it. They're becoming hungry for, hey, I don't want the newest fad, I don't want the latest trend, I don't want the latest, this study says so and so, if you do this, whatever. I think people are wanting black and white. What's the truth? Oh, the church seems to have a handle on that because the church doesn't change. Even with all the things going on, the church has stayed stable and growing. That's what gives me the most hope.